Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Screening Room Podcast. This is your host, Mike, joined by my co host, Evan.
What's up, everyone?
And today we're looking back at the original Scary Movie directed by Keenan Ivory Wayans. And today we're going to go over just our initial thoughts of the film. We're going to do some brief trivia, and then we're going to go into and give our final review on the movie itself. All right.
Yeah, so
Before I kick.
oh,
Mhm.
sorry. I already cut you off.
No,
This is a record. Keep
I
going.
was going to. You're good. I was going to say before I get into my opinions on the film, what was your overall experience watching this one?
Yeah, so I watched I know I'm a little different from you in this regard cuz I know you grew up with these movies in general whereas I only watched this movie for the first time back in October. Um so I guess I don't have like the nostalgia factor of it like you do. So I don't know. I think it's of the three that I've seen. I've seen the original, I've seen the second one, and I've seen the newest one. I think this is definitely the best of those three. I can't speak for the other ones, although I've heard they're just as shitty as all the
There,
others. So yeah. Um, but I think that this one was like the most watchable of the three that I've seen. And it kind of goes back to what I said in our Scary Movie 6 review, if you caught that. I feel like this movie benefits from them just focusing in on parodying two specific movies, Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. I feel like where the franchise in general starts to lose me in the later movies is they just try to parody too much stuff. Whereas with this, I
yeah,
think you're able to, I don't know, it's a little less like all over the place.
hectic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the later movies felt like even like the second one to some extent it just felt like a bunch of
yeah.
SNL skits stitched together without any real continuity, whereas this movie at least felt a little bit more like a streamlined, I don't even know if streamline's the right word, but like more of a cohesive story. The humor beats didn't all land for me. There were, although I will say this was definitely the funniest of the three that I've seen. But I still didn't love all of it. Marlon Wayne, I think he's one of the least funny people ever. I don't get it. But I would say of the three, this one's like the most enjoyable. That's my like kind of initial thing. But I'll hand the baton off to you. And yeah, what did you think of it initially?
Overall, I will agree with you on this regard. I definitely think this is my favorite out of all the scary movies. I watched one and two. I watched three for the first time a little while ago. That was the one I had always skipped. I and we just put out the review for the new one. Um, I will agree, and I also think that what this movie benefits from too, in comparison to the later ones, like you had mentioned, was not only did it take its time setting up the story, but it also took its time throughout the whole thing. It had far better pacing, and it had a lot more. I mean, it had the straight up like in your face parody moments, but it also had more like background jokes than some of the other ones. Like for example, I noticed this even like rewatch, like even when you rewatch this, you pick up new stuff the more the more you watch it. Like I noticed in like the background bit in like the high school and like the staff parking lot, they had a spot for like a coroner, and then the school was just the BA Corpse High School. Like that was the name of the school. It had a lot of background stuff. Like it had like fake product placements throughout. Like the killer was drinking Killer Light, which is obviously like a reference to like Miller Light drinks. Um, Overall, I thought the casting for this was really well done for this type of movie. Anna Faris does a great job at playing like a character that's kind of like a fish out of water in like a horror story. And I feel like, that was great casting for that. I personally like the Wayans brothers in this one, both Sean and Marlon Wayans. I liked both of their characters a lot in this. I thought they were both pretty funny. But again, that might be the nostalgia talking because I've watched a few of their other films as well. Um, but I like this one, and I thought too, and this is kind of delving into spoilers for the first one, but I thought this one had a really good plot twist at the end when it was revealed who the actual killer was. Now, before I get into that, what was your initial thoughts on, at least when you first rewatched it? Did you guess who the killer might be
Honestly, you mean like when I first watched it, like in October?
when you first watched it? Yeah. Did you have any idea on who the killer would be?
Honestly, I low key don't remember. I'm trying to think. I mean, because like they did the whole thing like where they make it like remember it's probably about like halfway through the movie when the killer's at the girl's house and he like comes through the window and he like drops the knife and the mask and everything.
Yep.
Like they did all that,
Yeah.
so like it kind of leads you in the direction of I don't even remember the guy's name, but
Yeah.
like the boyfriend, which is
Yeah.
the
Bobby.
same thing that
Yeah.
happened in the original Scream movie.
And Scream.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how surprised I was at the end though, because it was a little while
Yeah.
ago. But I don't know. I just, for me, I'm not really watching these. I don't know. It's hard to, because for me, it's I don't know. Like a comedy movie, I go in with like different expectations than I would like an actual Scream movie. You know what I mean? Like I'm not necessarily looking to try to like find the clues like I would be with a scary movie or a Scream movie.
I
Jeez.
will give you that.
Um,
Yeah.
it's late. I'm yeah. I'm like with when I'm watching a Scream movie, I'm trying to be a little bit more like you know on on my toes, trying to like actually figure out like who could be the killer. Whereas with this, I'm more I'm trying to like just I don't know, let the jokes roll.
Sit
You
back
know
and
what I
just,
mean?
yeah, just sit back and enjoy the ride. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, for
I
me,
don't know.
like, sorry, go on. I didn't mean
Oh
to cut
no,
you off.
that was really it.
Okay. Um, but yeah, well, for me, honestly, at first when they were revealed like that both Bobby and Ray were the fake out killers in this one, I could kind of see that coming, especially with the tease earlier that happens at the midway point. But when it was revealed that Special Officer Doofy was the killer, I remember when I first watched that, a while back. That completely blew my mind. Like that was a twist I didn't expect to see, like a subtle twist I didn't expect to see in a movie like this. But not only did it offer up, a lot of fun laughs too, but for me, I also really liked, like I said, I liked the pacing, I liked the laughs, and I thought the combination of both the stories of Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer, I thought those were two movies that really complemented each other well for a parody movie, which is something I think even the latest one could have improved upon, just because of the mass amount of movies that they had mentioned or parodied in that one. But overall, as far as a comedy movie goes, for me, I think it aged really well. There's a couple moments throughout which maybe a little dated, or there's some references that don't fit in anymore. But
I mean, you could
overall, I think
argue
this is
like
still a really
Doofy's
funny movie.
character in general is a little outdated.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, and there
Like,
was a Diddy joke in there too, but
yeah, I mean,
overall, I still think it's pretty funny.
like, I'm trying to think, like, the whole Doofy plot twist, like, it really kind of took advantage of, like, that was more a thing that, people would, like, make fun of in the 2000s, whereas, now we know better, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I don't know, like, it kind of plays into tropes from the
yeah,
2000s. So I
yeah.
feel like if you go into it with that mindset, it would be, kind of a surprise. Like, oh, he's like the last person you'd expect to, be the killer.
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't expect that at all when I first watched it. And I was like, oh damn.
Right.
Um yeah.
Yeah, I don't
But
know. I would say like humor wise at least. I I mean, like I said earlier, I think it's the best of the three that I've seen. I mean, even before we started recording this, you mentioned a few things that I didn't even catch, like the image that you referenced that's in our thumbnail with like the parody drink logo and everything. Like
yeah,
I didn't notice that when I
yeah.
watched it.
Er,
Um I you know, I think the best part was like the opening. I thought that was really funny with Um,
That was yeah, and how the well, and another thing too, about that, there's a lot of references to that. Like in the original opening, you can see a Scream poster in the background, and the character, Drew, who's like the girl who just gets killed in like the first 5 minutes, is
right.
named after Drew Barrymore, who played the girl who gets killed in the first 5 minutes of Scream. So there's a lot of on the nose jokes too there, which I always appreciate in a parody movie.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think those first 5 minutes are like, in my opinion, the best 5 minutes. The other thing that like stood out to me was it was probably like I don't know, maybe 40 minutes to an hour in when like the I forget her name, but like the main girl's like running up the stairs and the killer's behind her,
Oh
and then she's
yeah,
like
yeah,
throwing
yeah,
the
yeah,
grandma down and the piano down the stairs. Like I thought that was kind of funny. But
yeah,
no, I think the best bit of humor was the opening. It just had so many good bits,
yeah,
like even from the beginning when she's like picking up something to defend herself. There's like the little table by the door, and there's like a
yeah.
banana, a gun, a knife. I think there was something else. But
A
she
grenade. Yeah.
yeah, but
It
she
was
picks up the
yeah.
banana and she runs
Yeah.
outside, and there's like two signs. There's like safe and then not safe,
Safety
or
and certain death.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. And then of course she goes like the
Yeah.
stupid death thing, or
Yeah.
um and then obviously there was the thing
Yeah.
with the breast implant that was funny.
Oh
After
God,
she had
yeah.
to run through the like
The
garden hose
sprinkler
thing.
system,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh
I
my God.
I thought that was like the best part. That's like where the whole
That
franchise
was funny,
peaked.
yeah.
It peaked in the first
Um,
5 minutes.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't
See,
know.
for me, I also liked the movie theater bit when Brenda gets killed. I thought Regina Hall did, like a really good job throughout these movies. And so I thought that bit was funny when everyone in the theater just stabs her to death. I thought that was funny. I liked the bit where Ghostface is at like, and it's in like the third act when he like goes to the house party and he does like, a couple of rips with Shorty and his crew, and they do like a mini like rap battle. I thought that was funny. So there's jokes like that I always appreciated and I always got a kick out of.
I like the
But
bit.
overall,
I was just
yeah.
gonna say I like the bit where I don't remember her name, but she was doing like the acting monologue at the beauty
Oh
pageant,
yeah.
and the guy's just getting like stabbed up on the like the balcony bit above where the audience is sitting, and she's trying to get everyone to like turn around, but they just think it's like an acting monologue, and they're like, oh my god, it's really good, and
Yeah.
then she wins. I thought
Yeah.
that was kind of funny, but
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, continue.
But
I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're good. All I was just gonna say was, overall, I always have a good time watching this. I always put it on every October. So I always have fond memories of watching this movie.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's not. I don't know. Like I can get enjoyment out of it, but for me, I think I don't know. There are a lot of other movies I'd rather watch. I mean, even like if you want to go the comedy route, like I don't know, I'd be more inclined to throw on something like trying to think like even like Hubie Halloween. I think I'd put on before I watch
Ooh.
this.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I can't do that one. I like Hubie Halloween, but I prefer Scary Movie over that. Like, I just think I prefer that kind of brand of humor with that. I would like another movie I would always recommend too. I watched this for the first time this year too. Is This is the End. I thought that was a funny like apocalypse movie. I got a kick out of that. You know, just stuff like that.
yeah. I mean, like obviously, I mean, the main thing I would go to or point towards, I should say, for like a Halloween movie would be like something like I don't know, The Shining, Get Out, something like
Yeah.
that. Or even some of those old like Universal horror pictures.
Oh yeah,
Those
yeah,
are always
yeah.
some
Like
good
Dracula
ones.
and the Invisible Man and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah. But I don't
but
know.
yeah,
This was
but
definitely like lower on the like what do you call it? Like priority list, I guess. Um,
I'll give you that.
but I
But
don't know.
oh
It's
yeah, but
definitely enjoyable. I just and
yeah.
I think it's the best of the three that I've seen. So Yeah.
Overall, I would have to agree with you on that. Of the ones I have seen, I would say that I think this is definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah.
Um,
So
with that in mind,
mhm.
if you had any, did you have any other thoughts, or did you want to get into the trivia section?
I'm actually all set for trivia whenever you are.
I'm good to go.
Okay. All right. Well, to start out the trivia, the budget of this movie was around $19 million, and it had a box office of $278 million worldwide, with 157 of that being just from the domestic box office. And to segue into that, it actually grossed $42 million in the opening weekend, which was the most of any MPAA R-rated film until Hannibal broke that record a year later. And then another fun bit I found too was while they were filming this, they actually added in the "was up" scene, towards the very end. That was actually added into the movie after the initial previews, after they got the idea of rewatching the Bud Light, the original Bud Light True commercial. They added that in as a late addition, and I think that's one of the most iconic parts of the movie.
Okay, that's interesting.
Um, yeah,
So is
yeah.
that after
And
like test
speaking of,
screenings, but before the official theatrical release? Is that right?
I believe it was after the early previews. So after the first initial, I guess you would say like maybe the test screenings, then they added it in,
I
and then
see.
they did another round.
Okay.
Um, yeah, speaking of iconic bits too, Alicia Silverstone was actually offered the role for Cindy, who's like the main final girl throughout the movie, but she actually turned it down, and the role was given to Anna Faris instead. Which I as much like I like Alicia Silverstone movies. I thought she was great in Clueless. We just rewatched Batman and Robin. But I definitely think Anna Faris was the best choice for this role. And the last bit of trivia I have too is that it comes from the actual title of this movie. Scary Movie, which, like I said before, is the title of the movie, was actually the working title of Scream, which was like the center movie that this, and then throughout most of the franchise, that they ended up parodying.
That's kind of funny. That reminds me of what Family Guy did with the Blue Harvest Star Wars
Yeah,
parody.
with Star Wars.
Because Blue Harvest was like the kind of secret code name they used while doing Return of the Jedi to avoid like paying more to film in certain locations because like
Hmm.
Lucas knew that if they told people in whatever wherever they were filming like Indonesia or the Redwood Forest or whatever
Yeah,
that they charge more for a Star Wars movie versus some random movie that nobody knows. So,
yeah.
and then Family Guy spoofed it by calling their parody that. So I think that's kind of funny. I like it when they do stuff like that. Not everyone would like pick up on it, but it's kind of I don't know.
So yeah,
It's
it's
a
more of a
cool
subtle nod.
reference. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. Did you have any other facts, or was that about it?
That's about all. And whenever you're ready, I'm all set for my initial review.
Yeah, no, I'll go first because I think I have less to say about it than you do. But I mean, like I said, I feel like the movie unironically peaked in its first 5 minutes. From there, it was just kind of downhill. There were a few like, it went up a few notches here and there. Like I said, with like the staircase scene, stuff like that. It was all right. There were other like interesting nods, like when they're first getting to the high school for the first time, and there's that one kid who walks out of like the RV that's literally just like parked outside. That's kind of funny. Um, I don't know, but other than that, I just think it was just okay. I don't know. I know this is a hot take with you, but I hate Marlon Wayne. He is so annoying. That thing pisses me off to no end. His character, his whole personality is just he gets high. I'm like, okay, like he's just so annoying. I hate that character, and the actor is just awful. I'm sorry, he just sucks. So I don't know. But with that said, it's still the most watchable of the three. So I still give it like I don't know. Let's just go with like a 3 out of 5. But I'll hand the baton
Okay.
over to you.
Okay. Well, like I said before, and I had mentioned this too in our, original Scary Movie 6 review. I might be, a little bit more favorable to this one just because, of some nostalgia. But overall, I still really like the film. And as far as it aging well, I definitely think it has still aged well, and I still think it's, just a fun movie to throw on. Um, so for me, I'm gonna have to give this one a 4 out of 5.
All right, so that means our overall review is a 3.5 out of 5. Um, yeah, it's okay. It's definitely the best of the series. If you're interested in it, maybe with the new one coming out, you haven't seen the others and you're wondering like, should I check these out? I'd say just watch this one, see, and then you know, see what you think of that. But this one's all right. It's got some substance to it, so I'll give it that. But with that all said, I'll let you wrap us up here.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Please remember to like and subscribe. If you want to check out our new review on Scary Movie 6, you can find that on our channel. Once again, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one. Here's a little preview for our next episode.
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Today is today's.